Daleaka Menin, you are finally back at Exeter Chiefs. Is it nice to be back?
It is nice to be back. Back in the home. What is it? I can't say home nation. Home county? Back in my home county. No, it's been good. It was a long time away, doing exciting things, but it is good to be back. That's fresh country air away from the city life that I've been living with Canada from all over England. So, no, it's fantastic.
Talk to us about World Cup. Obviously not the result you wanted, but an amazing journey. I mean, people were getting right behind Canada.
Yeah, no, disappointing end. I can't pretend that I'm not upset about it, but it was a fantastic run. It was amazing to see sort of the support grow, I think, as it went on, because I think we picked up fans along the way as people watched us play, which was really exciting. And also just looking about how the growth that it brought to Canada, like back home, because while rugby, it is popular in a way, like you see it, like a lot of high schools offer it, there's clubs everywhere, but like just from a population, not as many people are playing, but this really pushed it into the media. It got people talking. It got people who would have never seen rugby prior to this moment watching and supporting, and hopefully inspired some girls and boys to find a local club or join up in school. And hopefully we'll see a rise in rugby back home. And I think that obviously, hopefully, in turn, help support Rugby Canada in supporting our senior women and our senior men's programs.
So when you play for Exeter Chiefs, you obviously have your Chiefs family, they come and watch you, but you actually had your family come and watch you in the final.
Yes.
How was that?
Yeah, it was amazing. My mom and dad came out. They weren't able to make any of the rest of the games, but they made it up for the final, and it was very cool. My parents have never even watched, like, they've never really watched a professional, like, playing for Canada, you would think professional, but from a crowd point of view, they came to a couple of my first games when a couple years ago when the crowds were still small, and there is no professional men's rugby in Canada, so they'd never been to a professional men's game. So their first real rugby game was at Twickenham with 80,000 people, but I think they loved it, and it was fun to have them in the crowd. Just to know there was someone to go give a hug to afterwards is always
Did you need that hug afterwards?
I needed that hug. I took a second. No, but and they only had like kind things to say, obviously. So, but it was still nice to, when you have a moment to get a hug from someone you love and take a second and sort of just really be able to embrace the moment.
Taking it back from the final, you came and played at Sandy Park, obviously, which was lovely to have the Canadians at Sandy Park. Was it lovely to be there?
Yeah, it was so cool. Like, I know it's been said by me and by Emily, but it was the closest thing we'll ever have to a home game in a World Cup because we knew so many people in the crowd. And the beautiful thing about this area also is everyone loves rugby. Like, it's not just Exeter Chiefs they support, they love rugby as a whole. So to see people coming out that even though England wasn't playing, people were still coming out because they were excited to watch rugby. And we were lucky to be playing Scotland because I'm sure there's a lot of Scottish support around here. But there was a lot of people supporting us too, even if they didn't own a single Canadian piece of clothing. So it was very exciting.
Now we're back to the PWR. It's been 8 months since we last played a PWR game, which seems ridiculous. You must be looking forward to this weekend, or are you actually quite tired and could do another few weeks off?
No, I am excited. I had my 3 weeks off. Training this week, I'm a little bit sore. But I'm very excited to get back to it. And it's exciting, I think, after this World Cup, the momentum for women's sport right now is just so exciting. So having the PWR start right afterwards, while, yes, could be maybe a bit tiring for some of us, is actually such a great hopefully step forward to keep some of these fans that maybe their first interaction with women's rugby was the World Cup, but now they have a league to go and find those athletes that they learned about and watch them and support them. So hopefully we'll see bigger crowds going into this and I think a bit more exciting rugby. So I'm looking forward to it.
What are you expecting from Trailfinders? They've signed a lot of players. They're going to be a little bit different from last season. What do you think is going to happen on Saturday?
It's hard to say. It's sort of, there's been a lot of shifts like around teams, and Trailfinders obviously have had quite a few shifts. I think it'll be exciting. I think we're going to have far more every game is going to be a bit more competitive, and Trailfinders, I think, will be an example of that with some of their signings and also with some of the excitement that some of the players that they have will bring. And it's probably going to be an intense game, and I'm so ready for it after playing rugby. But either way, we're going to have to step it up probably for every game. But first game, you obviously want to make a good impression, and it's the start of the season, and you want everything to go well. So I'm looking forward to it. I know it's going to be a hard game. They're going to come out firing, but hopefully we come out just as hard.
Well, in our arsenal, as you say, we've got Hope Rogers who's on her 50th
Yes.
game. Now, I want to ask you, what's better, Hope Rogers side by side or Hope Rogers head to head?
I'm going to say side by side. No, Hope's fantastic. One, she's such a versatile prop. I think we're really seeing what a modern day prop is, and Hope's an example of that. And in the scrum, she's dominant. She's got a lot of strength in her shoulders. I can attest to that, and it makes it a challenge in the scrum, but she's so much more than that. She's obviously a fantastic ball carrier. She loves to score tries. I always joke that, like, I'm nearby, like, just before, and then Hope always takes over the line. I'm like, I was there somewhere nearby. I set it up. I got it there, and then she just, no. But it's fantastic. I'm so excited for her to get her 50th. She's worked so hard and, like, is such a consistent player on this team, and carries the ball a lot, but carries a lot of weight from a performance point of view. So it'll be exciting, and I'm hoping that she sort of just gets, score a couple tries for us. That's what she's best at doing. So she can take it and run, Hope. Please go.